Good morning, DSST College View High School. Happy March. Happy first day of the third trimester. And most importantly, happy 100% acceptance celebration. Let's get right into it about where it all started. How many years ago was this photo taken? Love the energy, love the faces, but also love the surprise here. Anna Salazar, who could have thought and who could have known that at this moment, many years ago, you'd also have this experience, a full ride to Notre Dame, just one of many stories on our way to 100% acceptance for the class of 2021. Get excited, y'all. This is hyped. This is big. If I wasn't recording and we were in the gym, I would scream. But let's move forward. Class of 2021, you are a part of 3.8 million seniors who are currently enrolled in public universities around the country. But you're only one of 102 who at CVHS fit this graduate profile. You are values driven, you know your identity, you are ready for your 4-year journey to and through college, and you possess the skills ahead. And really, this is a story of opportunity and access for all of you. But if anything that we've learned in the last year, it's that the road ahead is very uncertain. And so what I want to start with is a quick look around about why degrees are important and who has them. And the easiest place to look is in places of power. Congress is a place where between the Senate and the House of Representatives, nearly 100%, almost all of these folks have at least a bachelor's degree or higher. This is not an accident. It's because experience and education matter. And what this community has in spades and what your class has is a ton of experience. Many of you have been working since you were 14. And I remember stories from some of you of being like, Mister, why do we need to go to school? I just want to work. But the reality is that it's not either or, it's both and. Many of you have both experience and education, and you've put yourselves on a path, friends, to be able to earn more in your lifetimes. Your families and your parents and your guardians have told us that this is important. But what's even more unique about our community is that many of us are bi or multilingual, which means that we have higher earning potential and power in our lifetimes. In fact, the difference between a high school diploma at $1.3 million and a bachelor's degree at $2.3 million is indeed $1 million of lifetime earnings. That is no small feat. And while this story feels great, some of you might be thinking, well, we're 100%, we have to be perfect, but I'm here to remind you that we don't. And that fact is that perfectionism is a mean and frozen form of idealism, while messes are the learner's true friend. And many of you have made really good messes over the last 4 years. The reality is that so is this country. So the people in power with those degrees. There's been a dividing line between those that have and haven't, even well before COVID. But COVID has changed your entire senior year. This is what the map of the United States looked like before the year began. Many of us know the stories, the losses, the hardship, especially in our community here in the Southwest. So many families, so much hardship, so much marginalization. And so when I think about this, I think it's a story of resilience. And I'm called to Tupac Shakur's Concrete Rose, both poem and song. I'll recite it here as quickly as I can. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Keeping all these dreams, proving nature's laws wrong. It learned how to walk without having feet, to breathe the fresh air. It came from concrete to breathe the fresh air. Friends, y'all are some roses. Fighting viruses of racism, overcoming obstacles in front of you. Who could have known back at this time period that this is who you would be and what you would do? In fact, I would argue you guys might be the greatest generation ever. You knew long ago what you wanted to get out of this time period. Fought for internships, gave back to your communities, had experiences. We even stopped for pancakes along the way. You made memories, and all of you will always be able to say, I graduated in the middle of the pandemic. And yet look at what you've done. You've been agile, you've overcome, you've won basketball games, being 27 points down on the road. You learned a new way to learn. First generation never do it. But most importantly, you're a part of a community that will never leave you and never go anywhere. And so I want to remind you, friends, that you are never alone. We are all wolves. We are howling at the same moon. You are amazing. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. And again, yours may be one of the greatest generations ever. You will never, ever be alone because you are part of the pack. Most importantly, remember that those future generations are all looking up to you. So class of 2021, thank you, congratulations. We are celebrating you. Congrats on a big day and a big year. We look forward to the bright future ahead for you all.